Hi guys, today I want to talk about something that I saw in a YouTube video just a few hours ago. Is this Australian tech guy that has a tech channel. I can't say really who he is because it doesn't matter. He usually posts tech stuff, but like any other YouTuber, once in a while he posts something his kid does, or a trip to somewhere, a few minutes, that kind of stuff. And today, he posted about people sending him resumes. He has some kind of tech company, and quite obviously he's looking for an employee. And he was talking about one of the resumes he got in his email. And basically what he was saying is to not spam resumes. And now what that means, and I think most of you have heard this at least once if you ever looked for a job, and that is the absolutely insane idea to modify the resume for each and every single company you apply to. I was very disappointed about that, but if I was to answer what's the most valuable lesson I have learned throughout my entire life, is to not expect anything from anyone anymore, and that is a golden rule to live by. So, I'll just move on. But I found this occasion to maybe put things into perspective from the employee point of view, because there are some seriously wrong things with our world today. And I don't want to turn this channel into a talk show, but it has a bit to do with the tech world, with the IT world. It's partly the reason why I'm doing these videos, because I can't find a job anymore, and it turns out now I understand more and more why, and I'm very happy that I don't have a job anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna start explaining why that is so very wrong. First and most importantly, what employers must understand: if you're not Google, if you're not Microsoft, if you're not HP, if you're not Toshiba, if you're not a global giant that everybody knows about, and of course I am applying on purpose, because I want to work at Google, If you're not one of those companies, I am sorry to break this to you, but you don't exist. You're a nobody, you're a piece of garbage in a huge, huge, huge pile of other companies, and you mean absolutely nothing to me, all right? So I sit down at my chair here in front of the computer, I open up the job websites, and I browse hours at a time, applying to dozens of jobs each day. In a session like this that can take probably a week or two, I will apply to a few hundred jobs. You have nothing, absolutely nothing in special that will make me consume extra time of the already many hours I spent on applying, just so that you can feel a little bit tickled by the fact that I have written a personalized resume just for you, just so you can feel that narcissistic sense of yours tingling. You have to realize that you are nobody. More than that, I'm looking for a job because I don't have money, all right? This is work that I do. This is work that you already do unpaid work, looking for a job. Doing something specifically for that employer means you're already working without being paid, which doesn't make sense. Even more so, getting over the fact that you're nobody. I see things the other way around. It is not me who has to prove anything to you. You, the employer, have to prove to me that you're good enough for me to work for you. And simply by making such a statement that you only accept personalized resumes, you are in the X on tab next category. You're gone. You're nobody. Junk. Spam. All right. Number 2. The resume is a list of all the former working places and all my experience and skills and projects and so on. It's my life, my professional life, laid out in front of you. What do you want more than that? I cannot possibly understand. There's no logical reason. These people are just mentally ill, medically proven, mentally insane. Okay? It's a list of human specs. The same way you choose a computer based on its specs, you have my resume, okay? A list, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A1, A2, A3, a list of every single spec that I have. You read it, you match it with your requirements. If it matches, I get hired. If it doesn't match, I don't. Easy as that. There's nothing more than that. I know there are some psychological things too, because you don't want to bring an odd job into your company. I mean, I had the chance to see this once, and if you never ever had any contact with the recruitment part of the job industry, there are a lot of stupid and insane people. I had someone come to the interview, like in the same location, and they knew where it was, and they went to the interview, then left, and they said, they started the hiring process. I mean, they started bringing documents, and in a few days they said, changed my mind, it's too far. Like, really? You haven't seen how far it is when you first came at the interview? So I know that. But just the simple resume, you have so many dead giveaways there. You have the font, the formatting, all the indentation, and all the formatting, the words used, the expressions. There are so many details that, the attention given to all the details, how detailed the job descriptions are, and so far and so forth. So many things that already that is like 2/3 of the person right there in front of you. And don't even get me started on cover letters, because I never had one. To write something else after I have written my resume and have that personalized a second thing personalized for each and every, no, that is no, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I told you, if you're Google, if you're Facebook, if you're YouTube, if you're Microsoft, I may write to that. I may do that extra effort. If not, you're just a tiny little grain of sand in a huge pile of sand. And you have to get out and start screaming, pick me, pick me, pick me, in order for me to see you. All right? I'm not going to go and pick you from that pile. I'm just taking that pile of sand grain by grain. Okay, so you're gonna have a chance, 1 in a million chance of, of getting, no, that's just ridiculous. And now I can see why the last job I had was in 2016, and I'm more and more convinced that I wanted to stay this way, because it's no, it's all just slowly sliding away from this reality into a parallel universe that I don't even want to know it exists. I have also noticed that there might be a few differences depending on the country. I tried to make a living in the UK back in 2015. In 10 months, I applied to more than 2,500 jobs, somewhere around 2,700, I think, by the time I left. Obviously, I targeted the IT industry with already 5 years of experience, but I kind of expected that I wouldn't land an IT job in the first place, and tried everything, from janitor to cashier, all the way up to service desk, help desk, service technician, and all the way up to IT administrator, and nothing. And the recruitment processes and all the interviews were, I never actually went to the circus, but that is the perfect word I can use to describe that. A full and complete circus. No more, no less. Circus. Full of clowns. And guess what? 12 hours after coming back home, I had a job. You know how the interview went? I clicked apply. The business owner read my resume. He knew how to read. I don't know, maybe that's a thing in the employer's world today. Maybe they're illiterate and they don't know how to read. I don't know. It might be an issue. It wouldn't surprise me seeing the level of intelligence of most of them. He read my resume. Okay, so he knows how to read. He read all my skills, all the things I did. He called me. Can you do this for our company? I said yes. Okay, you start on Monday. That is a mentally normal recruitment process. That's all it takes. You have a list of your own requirements. You have the man's resume. You compare them. If they match, you call, you're hired. End of story. End of story. And to be honest, it has really helped. It has really helped because I started to want to stay away from such individuals and such companies and such insanely awkward situations. And I ended up, I'm not gonna lie, there are difficult months. There are difficult months when I do nothing. And I have almost nothing, but there are months like this one when I work with normal people, great people that have respect, that know how to talk with other people, simple relations. I do the work, they pay me, I get paid well, end of story. Yeah, that's my little rant about resumes. So, no, in any case, whatever you might think about what people searching for jobs do, it ain't it. It ain't it. And most definitely you're not the special snowflake you think you are. I noticed this I had my business-to-business company for a few years, and unfortunately, I noticed this a lot of times that a lot of people, as soon as they see their documents, that they're business owners, it doesn't matter that it's a no name, even for that no name neighborhood that they're in, a no name store or a company with 6,000 employees, the moment they see on the paper that they're business owners, it's like a button just flicks and the retard light comes on. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and I actually can't explain how such people can make even $10 a month. It is beyond my power of understanding, because if I were to like rate them on an IQ scale or something like that, just as normal individuals without knowing they're business owners, I would probably think that they are seriously legally disabled, mentally disabled people, honestly, because you can't live like that by those rules. But I don't know. That this was about resumes. That's what I had to say about resumes. This is where this video ends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with something more technical.